All right, what's going on, guys? So lesson today is talking about the initiation of the top roll. The first movement that you make in any match is always such a crucial thing. It determines the lane that the match is going to be fought in. It can be a really critical factor as to whether your opponent is disengaged from their power or remains in their power, and vice versa, whether you remain in your power. Now, when we think about the top roll, right, we think about the knuckles up position. Usually there's some form of back pressure or rising pressure. There's some form of wrist flexion going on in most instances, unless it's being voluntarily given away in order to achieve a bit more pronation through the base of the thumb. And then, of course, there is some form of rotation going on as well. Now, these three things form the basis or the fundamental movements of the top roll. And one drill that I want to give you today, it's a very simple drill, but it is a very effective drill to help you refine your first movement. And it's just to simply, first of all, recognize that the index finger and the thumb, especially if you're a capping top roller, this is really relevant. Okay, if you're not a capping top roller, the index finger, the connection kind of bypasses the thumb and goes straight down the index finger into the top of the wrist joint in terms of where that first twitch is. But if you're a capping based top roller, which I am, and I think is the best for this drill, you'll feel it. You can when I say you'll feel it, I'm talking about the index finger combined with your thumb really will connect to the base of your wrist here. Okay, and the twitch that you have really leads from that joint connection there. Okay, so when you set your top roll, I want you to set it with your thumb capped. You're going to leave your knuckles showing like you'd have to in a match. But anyway, this first little twitch, right? Now, there's a million different ways you can do that twitch. You can do it with rise, you can do it with wrist flexion, you can do it with pronation. But really what you want to do is with everything combined. Now, I want to just add thing. There's a couple of versions of pronation, okay? There's pronation where your wrist travels away from your opponent, okay? That is very different from pronation where your wrist travels towards your opponent or towards victory. And it's really important that you actually, in order to achieve the most devastatingly offensive-based first twitch, is to maximize that potential. Now, it is, of course, going to change when it comes down to the biomechanics of your opponent as well. I do appreciate that every arm wrestler that you group up against is going to have a different vulnerability. And some people, this might be your best attack. But we're going to talk generically right now. We're going to talk about getting as much force of yours combined to head towards victory from the very first twitch of the match. Now, the drill that I want you to do is just to take your top roll, set your top roll, and take two fingers and place two fingers at the base of your thumb, almost like you're taking your pulse. You know, you can sit there and take your pulse. Okay, at the base of your thumb, you'll feel the tendon that runs down from your thumb. Okay, just come the inside, the forearm side of that tendon. And then I want you to just keep this arm sort of propped and just relax your hand, but have some sort of rigidity in your fingers. And I want you to just start measuring the force that goes into these fingers when you apply your very first twitch. Now, a good offensive top roll, well, okay, let's go back. A poor offensive top roll, when you do the twitch, won't stress these fingers at all. It'll just be wrist flexion alone. Okay, look, so wrist flexion alone doesn't affect my fingers. Okay, rise, yeah, doesn't really affect my fingers, but boom, if I add some twist at the base at the same time, you'll get this sudden, and even I'm missing it sometimes. There we go, there's what I want. There's the connection I want. And the purpose of this is to give you a really fine-tuning, responsive nature in these hands over here. When you start to feel the different variations of the very first movement that you can do, you're going to have an ability to refine your mind-muscle connection, your neurological connection to this first movement. Because I'll tell you right now that the first movement is so crucial. And having your fingers against that tendon will allow you to practice your first twitch, and you'll find that the most effective twitch is a twitch that combines this, and combines, I'll do it in slow motion, this. Okay, so pronation of the base of your wrist, okay? Not pronation with cup and creating a gap, that will allow your opponent to stay secure in their low hand component. Okay, but if you have a rise, if you have a cup, and you have a base of palm, twitch, and roll at the same time, that is, in my opinion at least, the most effective and brutal first twitch of a top roll. Now, like I said, practice it with your 2 fingers on the base of your wrist. It will give you a great ability to feel and refine. You'll get immediate feedback from your own hand, your own wrist, and your own neurological setup, and you can play around with it and you can find the perfect twitch. Now, once you do find what you consider to be the perfect twitch, see if you can hit it 100 times in a row. And it's not easy. It's really not easy. It's hard to hit it 10 times in a row. But the point is, practice it, because practice will refine and it'll lock in that groove. Come ready, go. This is something that will amplify your strength. Make no mistake about it, this will amplify your strength. This will take away from your opponent's strength as well. And that is a crucial thing about arm wrestling. So guys, that's it for the lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want more of content like this, okay, so this content is usually kept secret for the subscribers only, and I will in fact turn this video to subscribers only eventually. But if you want more content like this, jump on the coaching, hit the subscribe button here on Instagram, and if you want direct coaching with me, you can have that too. $30 a month will get you the ability to be in the coaching members area, and what students who are in that coaching members area get is not just exclusive content like this, but they get the ability to message me anytime with their videos of their arm wrestling. I'll look at them, I'll refine their movements, I'll even analyze your opponents for you and tell you where they're going wrong and where they're vulnerable. And yeah, you can do that as many times as you want. Just message me anytime. You'll get a little symbol next to your name. I'll know you're a member, and we're all good. But anyway, guys, hope you're well. Get that twitch going and make that top roll brutal.